Hi, I'm Kira. Welcome to my Contrology Freak channel. Now, this is a bit of a departure from my typical Pilates videos. We're focusing on strengthening the muscles of your rotator cuff. Now, your rotator cuff is actually made up of 4 tiny muscles. They are tiny but important. They are your Supraspinatus, Infraspinatus, Teres Minor, and Subscapularis. They are crucial for maintaining stability at your shoulder joint, but also range of motion. Having a strong rotator cuff can help you avoid injury and dislocation. Now, let's say you are an athlete and you are constantly punching, throwing, climbing, swinging. Having a strong rotator cuff is important. Also, if you've ever injured a rotator cuff muscle like I have, I injured my supraspinatus, simple tasks like brushing my teeth or washing my hair felt impossible. So, let's get in the habit of strengthening our rotator cuff muscles. The tools you're going to use to strengthen your rotator cuff: Therabands, which you can order on Amazon. I'll put the link in the comments below. The green is the heaviest. You can toss that one. The red is medium. You can toss that one too. We're going to start off with the lightest resistance, the yellow band. I promise it is still challenging, and then eventually you can build up the resistance. Okay, before we start training our rotator cuff, we have to create a strong foundation upon which our shoulder girdle sits, and I will show you what I'm talking about. Start with your feet parallel and apart, directly underneath your hip points, these bony landmarks in the front of your pelvis. Place the heels of your hands on your hip points and make a triangle shape with your hands. Your fingertips are right at your pubic bone. What's important is that your hip bones are stacked right over your pubic bone. That's your neutral pelvis, and when you are in neutral, your shoulder girdle can sit nicely on its skeleton. So I'm going to show you the converse. If my hip points go in front of my pubic bone, notice how it sends my shoulders forward and my butt back. If my hip points go behind my pubic bone, my shoulders go back and I slouch. No bueno. Okay, so you want to stand in your neutral pelvis, and we're going to stabilize our neutral pelvis with a deep scoop in and up of your abdominals. So keep your hands in that triangle shape. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, can you pull your lower abdominals away from that triangle and keep them there? Take another inhale. As you exhale, pull your lowest abdominals away from the triangle, and you can lift them above your thumbs. Again, take an inhale. As you exhale, pull your abs back and up underneath your front ribs. Maintain that feeling. We're going to start with your supraspinatus, which is responsible for abduction at your shoulder joint, or lifting your arms out to the side. So grab your yellow Theraband. Okay, so let's start with the easiest variation. Hold on to opposite ends of your Theraband and then take one foot and stand dead center. Ground down through the 3 corners of your feet, the ball of your big toe, small toe, center of your heel. Pull your abdominals in and up so you're connected to your powerhouse. Turn your palms to face forward and your thumbs point out to the side like hitchhiker thumbs. Reach your knuckles down to the floor, and then inhale, reach your knuckles along the side walls, lift till your thumbs are slightly above your shoulders, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, reach down, scrape your knuckles along the side walls, lift slightly above your shoulders, make your arms longer, and lower them back down. 2 more. Reach down first, slide your knuckles along the side walls. Can you lift your lowest abdominals up higher? Make your arms a little bit longer, lower all the way down. 1 more, and we're going to make it harder. Reach down, slide your arms, make sure they are in your peripheral vision, so they're slightly in front of your shoulders, and then lengthen even more, lower it all the way down. Let's increase the challenge by stepping both feet into the center of your Theraband, parallel and together. Deepen your abdominals, turn your palms to face forward. Lift your lower abdominals as you reach down, all the way out to the side. Stop when your thumbs are slightly above your shoulders. Make your arms a little bit longer, and then lower it down. Keep going. I'm going to turn to the side. As you lift your arms, make sure you're not lifting your ribs to lift your arms, and then lower. You lift your arms to lift your arms. 2 more. Pull your abs in, reach down to the floor, reach for the side walls. My arms are in my peripheral vision. I make my arms longer and then lower them down. Got 1 more. Reach wide to the side. Stop with your thumbs slightly above your shoulders. Make your arms longer, pull your abs in deeper, and then lower all the way down. All right, you want more challenge? Instead of having your feet parallel and together, go parallel and underneath your hip points. You've now increased the resistance of your Theraband. So long straight legs, root down through the corners of your feet, Deepen your abdominals. Here we go. Reach down and then scrape your knuckles on the sidewall and lift up. Make your arms a little bit longer, pull your abs in deeper, and then lower with control. Feel the resistance in both directions. And again, reach your arms wide to the side. Are you still lifting your lowest abdominals and reaching your knuckles away from one another? And then lower all the way down. You got 2 more. Here we go. Reach down to the floor, wide to the side. As my arms go up, my lowest abdominals are lifting under my ribs. And then I lower all the way down. 1 more. I told you yellow is easy. Or not easy, hard. Reach your arms wide to the side. Lift them up. Make your arms longer. Pull your abdominals in. And then lower all the way down with control. All right, that was your supraspinatus. I forgot to tell you to grab a small towel. So hit pause, grab a hand towel. We'll use it to train our infraspinatus and our Teres Minor, which are responsible for external rotation at your shoulder joint. I'll see you in a second. So I tied my Theraband to a doorknob. The closer I stand to the door, the easier the resistance. The further I am, the harder the resistance. We're working external rotation at your shoulder joint. As you move your arm, you do not want to rotate your torso. So your Pilates box, that space from shoulder to shoulder and hip to hip, always faces the wall in front of you. Now take the small towel, wedge it between your waist and your elbow joint so that your upper arm bone hangs in a plumb line from your shoulder joint. Hold on with your palm facing up, thumb pointing away from you. I'm going to rest my hand on the chair. First, I ground down to the 3 corners of my feet. I pull my abdominals in and up. I press my inner elbow into my waist and then press my thumb behind me, feeling like I'm screwing my arm deeper into its joint. And then I resist the Theraband and return. Again, I press my inner elbow in. I rotate my upper arm bone inside its socket like I'm trying to get my thumb to press to the wall behind me. And then I resist. Press your inner elbow in. I externally rotate. I rotate away from the midline of my body. And then I resist. That's number 3. Press your inner elbow in, press your thumb back. If I'm getting really specific, I'm trying to get my inner elbow to face you and my thumb to face the wall behind me. This is a wonky shoulder though. And then return. That's 4. We're going to do 4 more. Pull your abdominals in and up and then externally rotate and then resist the rotation or the resistance of the Theraband. 3 more. Press your elbow in. Try to rotate as if you want your tricep to face your ribs and your biceps to face away from your ribs. And then return. We have 2 more, and my shoulder is burning. And again, in a good way. And then rotate, externally rotate. Are the tops of your shoulders relaxed? I forgot to check in there. And then resist. 1 more. Press your inner elbow into your waist, externally rotate, and then let it go. All right, so I'm doing this with my back turned towards you. I'm focusing on keeping my Pilates box facing the wall in front of me and my elbow pinned into my waist. We've got 8. Press your inner elbow in and then rotate your thumb towards the wall behind you and then deepen your abdominals and return. This side is way easier. And again, press your elbow in, spin your tricep towards your ribs, bicep away from your ribs and return. And again, press your thumb behind you, elbow into your waist and resist. I'm going to choke up on this a little bit more for more resistance. And again, press your thumb backwards. Your inner elbow tries to point to the wall in front of you. Yeah, that's it. And then return. And again, press your thumb backwards, your inner elbow forward. My tricep is pressed into my ribs. And then I return. You got 3 more. Still with me? Press your inner elbow in and externally rotate. Are you still deepening your abdominals in and up? 2 more. Press your inner elbow in. Rotate your tricep towards your ribs, bicep away from your ribs, and return. 1 more. And again, rotate. Make sure you're not rotating your shoulders, and then return to the start position. All right, so last on the list is your subscapularis, which is responsible for internal rotation at your shoulder joint. I'm going to work the arm closest to the door. I wedge the towel between my elbow and my waist. I grab the Theraband with my hand wider than my hips. My feet are underneath my hip bones. I deepen my abdominals in and up, press my elbow in. And then I internally rotate my arm bone like I'm pulling my pinky finger to the left side of my waist. I press my elbow into my waist and return. Again, I pull my pinky finger towards the left side of my waist, and then I resist the Theraband to return. I press my elbow in. Now I'm spinning my bicep to face my ribs, triceps towards the door, and then resist to return. That's 3, I believe. Do you have even weight on your feet? Are you still deepening your abdominals in and up to maintain your ideal posture? Let's do 4 more. I internally rotate, and then I resist the pull of the Theraband. If you want to make it more challenging, hold closer to the door. 3 more. I internally rotate. Oh yeah, that made a difference. And then I'm going to resist the return. Make sure you don't drift towards the door. And again, internally rotate, pull your abdominals in and up to fight that, and then resist. 2 more. Press your inner elbow into your waist as you internally rotate. Ground down to the 3 corners of your feet, deepen, and then resist. 1 more. Press your elbow in and spin your upper arm bone inside your joint, and then resist to return. I'm turning my back to you. We're going to do the other side. So I wedge the towel between my elbow and my waist. My hand will go on my hip, ground through the 3 corners of your feet, deepen your abdominals. And again, press your elbow in, and now pull your pinky finger to the opposite side of your waist. And then resist the pull of the Theraband. And again, relax the top of your shoulder. I felt mine go up. I'm pulling my pinky finger towards my right waistline, and then I resist to return. And again, pull your lower abdominals in and up. Make sure your Pilates box faces the wall in front of you, and return. And again, inner spiral your arm, internally rotate, and then grow taller as you open. We'll do 4 more. And again, keep your chest open as you internally rotate, and then return. Last 2 or 3, I forget. Internally rotate, stand evenly on both feet, and then resist. We're going to do 2 more. Ready? And internally rotate, pull your pinky finger to your opposite waist, keep your elbow pinned at your waist, and then resist. Final 1, deepen your abdominals and inner spiral your arm bone, and then resist the Theraband. You did it. All right, so you just trained all 4 muscles of your rotator cuff, starting with the supraspinatus, the infraspinatus, and Teres Minor that work together, and then lastly, your subscapularis. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below.